Welcome to day number 2. This is the hydraulic system filter. So basically, return oil comes in through here, goes through the filter, and then back into the tank. Let's take a look at our tank. Nice and deep, plus it goes backwards like that. And this is the actual pickup for the power steering. Here is the lift, motor and pump. Get it? Motor, pump, and that's the intake. So that's how I drained the tank. Not everything's on the floor, just a little dribble at the end. But there's a doohickey down there, a tank of some type, and I'm not sure what that is, so I'll have to call the dealership and find out what that is. And I'm going to have to ask them if there's actually a bottom drain to this tank, because I couldn't find one. But I want to get all the oil out and clean the bottom. So, okay, we're into it a little further. This is our return filter, and this is the pickup filter. And the filter is actually just a screen. And it's pretty clean. I mean, it's brown, but I don't know, it may come brown, but you can see through it. And it's not all sparkly. So, and the oil's really not that bad. This is, here, we'll look down the tank first. That's my, well, it's not going to focus. That's my finger stripe across the bottom. And with the paper towel, oh, it's the phone. I got to go get that. Excuse me for a minute. Alrighty then. That was the hydraulic cylinder place, and they can actually fix the cylinder rods. They're going to chuck them up on the lathe and polish the nicks out of it, and then they can buy order special seals that are designed for damaged cylinders that are a little better at wiping. So his opinion was external damage caused by basically the seals were old and started breaking down and causing the problems. So this is a 5 Series truck. I don't know exactly what year that is, but Stinky is also a 5 Series truck, and that is a 1996. My guess this is a 97 or 98. So anyway, let's take a look. We've done a little work here. Return filter and intake filter. They both, well, the intake filter looks fine. There's no shiny to it, so it's not collecting metal. So that's good for us. That is a, I forget now. That one's 40 bucks. I think that one's 60 bucks. So 100 bucks for filters. We're going to replace those. And I've already cleaned the tank out. Nice and clean. Drain plugs on the bottom. Get all sloppy. Get your arm underneath there. Pressure washed it with methanol. So basically the methanol thins down the oil, and then you just down there, and then you blow it out the drain, and then I followed it with some compressed air. And so she's almost clean enough to eat off of, if you don't mind oily surfaces. So also got a phone call for another trailer deck order, and my phone's beeping because there's another phone call on my cell phone. We are quickly falling behind. This is a little thorn under my saddle, but we'll get her. You watch. I'll get her. Welcome to day number 3. Day number 3. That's for those who are keeping track. Anyway, there was a big honking delay. 6 days, something like that. Anyway, took the cylinders in, had them on a pallet, and I tied them down to the pallet, delivered them. They fixed them. They called Friday morning at 10 o'clock and said, hey, your cylinders are ready. And I said, okay, get them ready. I'll be in at 4. They close at 4:30. So I get there, and they didn't have the cylinders banded to the pallet, so some office dude hops on the forklift, backs up real quick, and turns. Of course, rolls right off and lands on the coupler. That ain't no ordinary coupler. It's special. There's some kind of special relief valve or something in there. That's like a $50 piece. You broke that. So anyway, had to wait till Monday to order it. Got in Tuesday. They called Wednesday. I went and got it Wednesday, and now it's Thursday. So instead of sawing, I'm fixing a forklift. I normally try to do all these major fixes on the weekend. So big delay in sawing the high dollar walnut. Also, check it out. We have the entire fleet in here. 3 of them. So anyway, being said I was anxious to get started on this, I got started on it and forgot to record anything. So anyway, here, I'll go with this side. Got the first cylinder in and temporarily mounted. So we'll get started on the second one, get that one in, we'll put the other long one in, and then we'll put, I think they call the short one the front cylinder, and these the back cylinder. So we'll plug away at it. Let's take a look at our progress. It's towards the end of the day already, and we did make some progress. We got our outside cylinders in and hooked up, got our center ram on, but no hydraulics. So, like I say, we made some progress. Whoops, I'm losing control of my zoom feature. Phone's been ringing off the hook. We got over 20 phone calls today. Bid 3 trailer decks, yada yada, and also sold 250 3x4 96s to 2 different companies. So they're all in a panic today because we have a snowstorm coming. Theoretically, we're supposed to be getting 6 to 8 with pockets of heavier. So we could get maybe 12, 10 to 12 maybe. I don't know if, can you see it snowing? Yeah, see, it's just starting to snow. So anyway, we're set up for snow. Depending what happens, we can push with the forklift. Oh, break out the deer. For the deer, we got the blade or the snow blower. Because if we get 10 inches and 30-mile-an-hour winds, we'll need the snow blower. If it doesn't blow until after we can push, I'll just use the blade. So we're all set up, ready to go, and we'll see what happens. Welcome to day number 4. That's right, day number 4. So anyway, got the mast all buttoned up, everything's tight, cylinders are in, got it off the blocks, it's all lowered down, and we're ready to start the filters. I suppose you can guess by yourself. That's the one that was in there. This is the pickup filter. That's the brand new one. And then we have our return filter. We'll get to that after a bit. Reached down in the tank and kind of wiped her out a little bit. Pretty good, but whatever. And let's see. Oh, we're not going to replace the bearings at this point because we're so far behind. Being that the machine's sitting here, can't use the edger. So we got a bunch of logs outside we got to run through. Plus we have more logs come in, and then we got another order. And so essentially we need to saw almost every day to keep up. And we haven't done any big sawing for 4 business days. So yeah, I can piddle saw, and that never even got done. That's been laying on the sawmill for 3 days, I think, something like that. Just the phone rings and people stopping by and all the blocking went out and jumping, gee whiz. All right, I'll quit talking and start working. The forks are on. It must be ready to go. Let's take a look. We got ourselves an oil mess, but that's all right. We got plenty of this all-natural oil dry. Yeah, it's beeping because the battery's low. There you are. Hey, if you got time, we can go for a ride. Let's hop on. Oops, there we go. Steering wheel's not quite in the right spot, but absolutely marvelous. There you go, another awful maintenance project.